Hi, this is Lee Ellis with another installment of Leading with Honor Coaching. Well, we're about to be in February, and guess what? Valentine's is coming on the 14th of this month. And as we think about Valentine's, we usually think about love and romance. Well, we have in our latest book, Captured by Love, Inspiring True Romance Stories from Vietnam POWs, we have 20 stories of love and romance of guys that were POWs from 5 to 8 years. And those are amazing stories. And so mine is in there. It's the last one. But mine is called The One, When You Meet the One. And I have been married 50 years, and most all of us have been married 50, and the older guys have been married 60 or more. So anyway, Valentine's is here. But I want to think about love in the workplace today because, you know, when people feel loved, they feel valuable, they feel appreciated, they feel like somebody. Well, how do we love them at work? Well, one of the ways is that we have to accept them for who they are. Just acknowledge them, accept them, and then appreciate them. Now, we talked 2 months ago, we talked about the 4 A's: uh, acknowledge, accept, affirm, and appreciate. And so when you do that, you make them feel a little bit loved. Those are rays of love. Talk about love. Uh, every human being wants to be loved. I've read a book, Surrender to Love, more than 5 times. It's only about 110 pages. Dr. David Benner, Surrender to Love. It's part of a trilogy uh, that he's written, and I've read them all. But Surrender to Love was really helpful for me because it was about surrendering to God's love, and every human being wants to be loved. And the more love you receive from God, the more you can give away. Well, I want to encourage you all to start giving love, and it will really help you because we've talked about results and relationship balance. And relationship balance, you got to do that. You got to get results, but you also have to let people know you care about them. And those are rays of love. When you smile at them, General C.Q. Brown, I've mentioned this before, he coaches him. He's an introvert, but when he walks out in the hall in the Pentagon, he coaches himself to smile and say good morning because he knows that helps people feel like they're valued and important, and adapts in several other ways. So learning to adapt if you're a results oriented person is so important. If you're a relationship wired person, you're a social person, you're an outgoing social person by nature, then you have to remember that you're not the only one. You've got to focus on others too. And therefore, you've got to have to adapt and coach yourself to remember to affirm them, to relate to them, and let them know how important they are in some way, and just to accept them. Now, that doesn't mean you don't hold people accountable. Uh, at home and at work, we've also got to be accountable, but we've got to be caring. And when you're accountable, when you hold people accountable, but they know you care about them, they may get angry in the moment, but when they walk away, sometime when they cool down, they're going to know that you cared about them and you did this because you cared about them. And that is so important. And I sent a guy to Leavenworth Prison, and I let him know that I care about him. I went to see him in jail before he went to Leavenworth. And I knew he was valuable in many ways, but he had violated the law and he was going to prison. So, that leadership balance is so important. And I just want to encourage you that this month, when you think about Valentine's, think about the romance and love at home, but I want you to think about caring about others and letting them know that you appreciate them, you care about them, and you know what? They're going to believe more in themselves. They're going to be more confident, more humble, more vulnerable, and they're going to perform better, and they're going to stay with you longer. Well, that's the reality of it all. And I just want you to think about it and check out our blog a couple of months ago also. Well, take care and God bless. We'll see you next month.